The Wire, Season 5, Episode 3. I hate to sound... Well, actually, I don't. I had something planned to say at the beginning of this video, but I'm pretty excited to see the inevitable. I'm pretty excited to see the inevitable. So, I don't know. I kind of wanted to start it on a light note, but it's still on my mind, so I'm just going to dive right into it. They call him Omar's people, the blind guy who was his, I guess, father figure, and just overall somebody who's calming, somebody he always got advice from throughout the entire series, was tortured to death by Marlowe's enforcers. And God, the guy who plays Omar is such a great actor, because even though he's told the information in a different language, the emotion from hearing that still bubbled up inside him and caused him to almost break at that particular moment. This is where it started to get good. I think the last video I did about The Wire, I was reassuring myself and half hopeful at the same time that the writers and the actors will be able to deliver. And of course, they're doing their part so far, and this is only the 3rd episode. Very interested to see where this goes. Of course, why wouldn't I be? I've come this far in the series. There's a piece of dog hair. Is this a piece of dog hair? No, that's my little beard. I'm a man now. Anyway, let's see what else happens. What else happens in this episode? Oh, and McNutty has come back in full swing. I mean, he is tampering with crime scenes. He's placing evidence. He's trying to get a more interesting or more appealing case in the system, so they can get more resources so that way they can go on chase down this Marlowe guy. I mean, that's pretty much all McNulty is concerned with, is taking down these drug dealers. Come over here. Hey. Gotta talk to her. Good girl. Yes, thank you. Yep, that's it. That's what I wanted. Yep, that is exactly what I want. Yep, you're not gonna give me any more money. I'm in the process of doing something. Could you let me finish? I know. Stop it now. I called you over. I shouldn't have did it. Now I lost my train of thought. I don't know where I was at. So I can move a little skin. What was I thinking about? Oh God, don't knock me over. It's a little toasty. Some water in there. Some ice cold water. There she goes. What was I talking about? McNulty. Yeah, so he's doing a lot of things to knock it off. Oh, she's in there. I just got done cooking. So McNutty's doing his part in order to gain more resources so he can chase this Marlowe character. What else happens in this episode? I'm leaving so much on the table with this one. I mean, the insanity behind what he's doing is so crazy, because he has a friend in bunk, and he's telling him, hey man, you shouldn't be doing this. You're crossing the line. You're crazy. So after exhausting all other options, he brings in Lester, which is another friend. Lester goes along with it and says you're not doing it big enough, which I think it has to be the classic story, but it's done so well. You know, you got one individual doing something that's not necessarily ethical, or whatever words you want to put in there, and individuals who's urging him against it. And then you bring another individual, well, one individual brings another individual hoping that they will be on their side, but they're actually on the individual side who's doing the most harm. And it winds up escalating to something even more, which I can't say what I feel about it just yet. I can't, but I still glazed over the fact that the blind guy that Omar looked up to or saw advice from was tortured to death. I mean, it was a pretty comical way of torturing somebody. They really didn't torture him that much. I mean, of course, I've never been shot, but yeah, they shot him like 1, 2, or 3 times. They shot him 3 times. They didn't let him bleed to death. They wind up putting one in his head. So I wouldn't really necessarily classify that as torture just because they had him tied to a chair. I mean, but come on, I'm not an expert on the stuff. I'm just saying I've seen far worse in different movies, of course. Well, movies and TV shows, if anything. Snowfall had a really good torture scene. I'm just saying it's not overly realistic. I don't even think they use the word torture, but maybe that's just me. What else happens in there? Talked about Big Nutty. Oh, the story of Carcetti. Carcetti. Now, he's finally in a position to where he can get what he wants, and that's getting rid of the police commissioner. But of course, the tie-in here is with this failing or this failing or disappearing. That's the best word to describe it. This disappearing newspaper. They're getting a hold of these stories sometime by officers themselves or through somebody wanting to leak the story so it can be beneficial to them. You've got that going on. All this information is being leaked and given to them, and they're still making them viable, believe it or not. But this is the only thing that's making them viable, because I think I said this when I first started the season. I mean, antiquated is the best way to describe it. I mean, this stuff is gone. Nobody uses newspapers anymore. I mean, that's a piece of... You're actually holding an antique if you watch somebody with a piece of newspaper. In today's world, if I see somebody in a newspaper, I'm like, why? I think it's a nostalgic thing, and it also can feed into, yeah, this is all I know, versus having a cell phone, which I'm, believe it or not, filming this video on, and when I get done with this, I'm going to upload it on here. While I'm uploading, I'm going to watch something on YouTube, so on and so forth. I guess I shouldn't be trying to give a technology lesson. I mean, everybody pretty much knows how the world works right now. It's just interesting to take a step back in time and see how things were ran when newspapers were, at this particular time, on the way out. It's overly interesting to me. I didn't think I would be so interested in it. I mean, I'm not too interested in it. Now I'm just talking about personal stuff, personal opinions. What else happened in the episode? Oh, hey, cool. So Marlo, he's took a trip. He's making a lot of moves. He's trying to cut out the middleman in order to obtain a direct line or connection to his source or his product. Is it going to play out? I don't know. What else happens in here? For some reason, they show him traveling, which I'm like, okay, I don't get it. Oh, and another thing, I think this is probably the last point I make. So when Omar is given the news, he's in a third world country that speaks Spanish, I think. It's funny, by the beach. It's funny how in every movie, when somebody's like, I'm going to retire, it's always on a beach. I guess I'm cut from a different cloth. That's not my idea of retirement. I can understand not wanting to do anything or deal with any personalities or have any type of pressures coming down a chain of command. I could definitely agree with that as far as retirement is concerned, but sitting on the beach, lounging around, maybe for a period of time, but basically until I die, that's not for me. I'd rather be driving. But, I just like driving. Now I'm getting into more personal stuff. So anyway, if you like me giving my opinions on a TV show, which I've done, Breaking Bad, Futurama, The Americans, the miniseries Chernobyl, I also have a few movies as well. Go check those out and subscribe. I made it my life's mission to teach people how to subscribe. I think if people learn how to subscribe, the world will be a better place. So it's real simple. You take a finger, any finger. It could be the pinky. Is the thumb a finger? Anyway, you can do it with the thumb. You take it and you subscribe. So do that. I'm gonna stop the video now.